kept it in the same place at the old house.
Yeah, this is good stuff for you guys.
Yeah, you should put in the credits all the good stuff by Kyle, Hong, and Nick. Okay.
Clear.
We're shooting to my neighbor's yard, but the soccer ball was mine. It was a birthday gift.
Good shot.
Yes.
This is where we were yesterday. We saw the cougar. Where?
Anyway, I guess my dad just keeps it around the house in case, you know, like a burglar comes or whatever. He can defend the family.
And then I'll just, I don't know, I'll just make some dessert or something.
Yeah? Okay. That's all we need.
I can make that rum cake.
Come on, Mom. No, let's go. Let's go in the house, sweetie.
I don't know. It's just maybe like an heirloom or something like that.
This is suburban target practice at its best.
Yes.
Oh, I'm coming undone. There we go.
Yeah, she's out here. Don't worry about it.
Oh, shit.
What?
Jen! Is I supposed to go to the end, or?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I play the role of Jennifer. I'm 11 years old. I live in Mackenzie. This is my real house. I don't actually live in Evergreen, and these are my parents.
And my name is Bob Laguerre. I'm not really Evan. I play Evan in this movie, but anyway, this is the house I really live in with my wife. The community is called Rocky Ridge.
This is Lake Sundance, and this is my house. I live here with my wife and my daughter. We live right on the edge of the city. The city limits are right over there, and there's not much beyond but rolling hills for now.
This is my actual daughter, though, Emma, and I don't live in Evergreen, but I live here. Not quite so far out, but I live still in the suburbs.
This is my stepson, Daniel. And I didn't even know you in the film, did I?
Yeah,
but
our
me
characters never met in the film.
and Daniel are actually biological siblings.
Yeah.
And Karen is our stepmom, but
Right.
we do live
Here. We
Here.
live here. I guess the reason why the directors chose to use actors instead of real people is that when you see suburbs on TV and commercials, advertising, movies, and all that, it is not real. That is not what the suburbs are really like. And I know, because I live here.
To get into the film, you had to live in the suburbs, and you know, I brought some of my own stuff to the dialogue. I won't tell you what, right? You can figure it out, but
Like the one when I'm dancing on top of the green box, and like the gymnastics story, so quite a bit of it was true.
There are days when I want to run screaming away from the house, and this type of life that I've chosen.
They hire actors to make it more phony or to make it more real. That's what I'm not getting, because I don't understand, it's like contradicting itself.
I think the filmmakers used actors because like it would make a better point, and then they'd have like a say in like, instead of people like saying like a lot, like I am. This way you get a like more range of opinions from the filmmakers and the people.
In Chaparral, there are 12 bus benches. I've managed to acquire 11 of them, and I would like the 12th one, but it's not something that I've managed to attain at this time.
One incident that we had was a child actually fell in one of the holes, and Thankfully, one of our officers was in the area and actually heard the child screaming, so he was able to call 911 and assist in the operation and rescue of the child. So it is rewarding.
Finn. It says featuring Kyle Grant. It says shot by, and by shot by they mean with guns, not by camera. One thing the film did get pretty accurate was how you don't know any of your neighbors. As a kid, I have no reason to, and I don't really care. But my parents know a few people, but really only because we were the first 10 houses in the community.
You can live here 5 years and barely know your neighbors, and you know, you see on TV everyone's in everyone else's business gossiping about this person or that person's secret affair or what, you know, I mean, there's just a lot less drama.
In reality,
Real-life
no one really
suburbs.
cares.
I think the biggest thing is that if they have a complaint about something,
Yeah,
they'll probably let you know. But for the most part, people are just getting on with their lives, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And on TV, they have huge lawns.
Yeah, you don't really
that
get huge
here.
lawns out here.
Yeah, right now I drive, I mean, just to get a coffee, like I want a coffee, I want the actual stuff. I'm gonna drive 10 minutes to our, would you guys call it the power center? Yeah, that type of thing.
I know some fathers that work downtown and they're now working till 6, 7 o'clock at night. They get home and they have maybe half an hour to spend with their children if they're lucky before they go to bed. And sometimes now they're working 6 days a week and then have 1 day off. Now, how is that a life?
You know, living out in the suburbs, we pretty much have access to everything. To get to gymnastics, 15 minutes. To go to karate, it's 10, 15 minutes. I teach in the community here, so it's quick and easy to get to. I'm actually like only 5 minutes away. To get groceries, 5, 10 minutes.
I've lived in other countries where, you know, you've got to take a bus everywhere, you've got to take mass transit, you got to carry your groceries. It's not a lot of fun. It's better when you can live someplace that you can pack up the SUV, drive it over to the grocery store, buy 2 weeks worth of groceries, come back, and you do that once every 2 weeks or once a month if you're really good at it.
There isn't a school here, there isn't
a
store here. I mean, everyone who has to, like, I mean, everyone coming into this community is coming here because they live here. Like, if they're driving in, I mean, there would be no other reason unless you're selling drugs.
Which is also a selling point when you have...
Not the drugs thing.
We saw this guy. This guy got busted.
Like a block from our house, there was a major, and by major drug bust, we mean one guy got picked up by one patrol car.
And what was really great is that for 3 years I'd been saying, look, there's that guy, he's selling drugs. And they're like, oh, Karen.
What's wrong? Every Friday at noon, he'd like come and sit on this bench by himself.
But other people would watch, so there's a community activity for
I
you
guess,
watching.
there you go. We were snooping around in that. So.
But I was right, he was selling drugs.
You know, I mean, there have been thousands of books written criticizing suburban living. And it dates back not 40 years, but 100 years, 150 years. People have been making the same complaints for so long. And so, you know, the standard critique of suburbia, I don't think is going to have any impact on suburbanization. You know, it hasn't in the last 100 years. Why would it suddenly start having an impact now?
I think in the end, when economic conditions, and it may be a combination of the cost of housing, an energy crisis, demographic pressures, other things may cause this kind of reassessment of the suburban paradigm to occur. But until that happens, it's a very intractable pattern. It has a tremendous momentum, which is very, very hard to change.
The answer to what can be done to the existing sprawl, it has to be retrofitted. Subdivisions need to be leavened by different housing types so they're not sort of social monocultures. So what you want to do is mix them up a bit. And of course, you need housing that's more affordable, like townhouses interspersed amid the housing. Technically easy to do. You knock down an out-of-date single-family house and you fit 4 townhouses on the lot, right? Here's actually a very exciting idea. The suburban houses have these front setbacks that are worthless, 25 feet. But let's say you build in front a workplace. Not only do you have a place to work at home, but you actually progressively urbanize the subdivision by actually making the setback shorter. It actually looks more urban, it behaves more urban, and I'm not saying it should be a workplace. I mean, it's all right if it were, for example, a rental apartment. So what if it's a rental apartment? Great. And then there are the shopping centers that fall out of use, they die. Those are great locations for future town centers because, of course, they have all this gray field parking. And what you do is you take the shops, leave them in place, and reactivate them by adding apartments and offices to them. Whenever you look at a piece of suburbia, think of it as first-generation construction.
Where we drive to our big shopping center, it's not really a place where people congregate, right? If they could orient that so you sort of drop your car and you can walk and sit and spend some time there, I think people would do it. I don't know.
I look around and I see, you know, a kid across the street playing with a piece of chalk, and I see a kid up the street playing with a basketball hoop, and I remember, you know, building giant forts with everyone in my neighborhood, and we all went to the same school, and we all, you know, again, I don't necessarily think that that is a negative, but it is a difference, and I think society as a whole, we are moving into suburbia. You know, we are moving ourselves, our lives, our children into these communities and these neighborhoods where it just, I guess it looks like something it isn't, you know?
We chase these jobs and these perfect ideas of what life really is, but we never get to stop and enjoy what it is that we're chasing. I see so many people that are unhappy in their lives because of the situation they've put themselves in. Hopefully I can get out of that.